Welcome everyone to our virtual session. My name is Ann Weiler and I'm a product leader in the Amazon Pinpoint team. Pinpoint is a multi-channel communication service that enables our customers to communicate with their customers and across all kinds of different modalities and channels. I'm excited that you're joining us today for today's session on designing and delivering critical customer communications. In our time together, we'll cover the following agenda: the need for multi-channel communications, reaching your customers with the best message through the best channel at the best time is more important than ever. We know your customers increasingly want to engage with you digitally, and as the sheer volume of messages we receive every day increases, it becomes even more important to cut through the noise and reach your customers, especially for crucial communications across industries and those in high-trust industries like financial services and healthcare. Next, we'll hear from a customer. We'll hear a customer story from Adriana from Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center, and she's going to join us to talk about how they're using Amazon Pinpoint in a smoking cessation program that they're delivering to Veterans Administration. And we're going to hear about how that solution was built with Ilya from Professional Services, and we're very excited to hear about the outcomes from that program. And then we'll close it off today by talking about what's new and what's next. We'll take a look at some of our innovations that help you make these crucial customer communications at scale. So let's get started. Start off with the need for multi-channel communications. In 2020, organizations and entire industries were forced to embrace new ways of working and communicating, often fast-tracking digital initiatives and investments that had previously taken years to get approval and to ship. Small businesses became expert order takers online overnight. Healthcare organizations became experts in telemedicine. This shift, while caused by circumstances outside of everyone's control, resulted in the ability to communicate with customers in real time in the ways that the customers want to be communicated with, through email, SMS, push notifications, and voice. This shift has heightened the need for a coordinated effort across these communication channels and the need for global scale and security, and most importantly, the ability to deliver personalized messages that are tuned to the individual recipient. And while this shift may have been sudden, it's been a long time coming. And more importantly, once we've experienced the convenience and the immediacy of digital, we won't go back. At AWS, we've been inspired by what our customers are building with Pinpoint, especially as a response to global issues and communications. We've seen adoption from healthcare customers like Fred Hutch, who you'll hear from today, and from government organizations communicating vital healthcare information to their constituents. We're so honored that customers with the most demanding needs for data privacy, stability, and security are choosing Pinpoint for their crucial communications. Customers use Amazon Pinpoint for many different types of customer interactions, from simple push notifications to complex journeys that include segmentation and branching across multiple channels, and also using machine learning-driven personalization. Pinpoint is frequently used with Amazon Personalize and Amazon SageMaker to create intelligent segments for communication or to personalize content templates with recommendations for individuals. Organizations appreciate the ability to send at scale, but also directly target messages to an N of 1. Our customers use Pinpoint across their journey, from reaching out to new customers to engaging and retaining customers. In addition to being flexible for each stage of the customer journey, Pinpoint is often integrated with a marketing automation stack or a customer management solution to drive dynamic, personalized, and targeted communications securely at scale. At no time has this flexibility been as critical as during the COVID crisis. Overnight, all organizations had to say, "We're still here, we're still with you." And some needed to say, "Here's how to engage with us in this new normal." Some of the most critical connections happened in healthcare during this time. Some of our customer examples: Care Connectors created an SMS chatbot using Amazon Pinpoint and Amazon Lex to send out appointment reminders. HealthCart uses Pinpoint for real-time mobile analytics and event streaming to drive customer outreach based on those events. But it doesn't take a crisis to appreciate the power of Amazon Pinpoint service. I'd like to bring on the virtual stage Adriana from Fred Hutchinson to talk about how they were able to better connect with participants of a smoking cessation program using Amazon Pinpoint. Thank you, Adriana, for being here. Can you give us a little overview of the program and some of your business requirements?
Of course. Thank you, Anne. I'm happy to be here. My name's Adriana Gutierrez, and I am a Business Applications Manager at Fred Hutch. My department holds the contract to operate the National Cancer Institute's Cancer Information Service, which provides cancer education as well as tobacco cessation to the public. Through this contract, we partner with the Department of Veteran Affairs with the goal of helping veterans to quit tobacco. We do this by scheduling regular outbound callbacks for vets to receive personalized help from a tobacco cessation counselor through their quit effort. What we're finding is that many of our clients were missing their scheduled calls from our counselors, and each missed call is a potential risk for program attrition as well as wasted effort by our staff. We needed a more reliable way to remind vets of their upcoming callbacks with a counselor. So I enlisted the help of AWS professional services to help our VA quit smoking efforts by increasing calling response rates as well as to improve agent efficiency. We decided that the best way to remind participants of their scheduled counseling sessions would be via SMS. Fred Hutch designed and implemented a new system to send SMS reminders 24 hours and 30 minutes in advance of a scheduled callback. This allowed clients to make themselves available for the call or ask to reschedule. We had a few goals in mind when we set out to do this. Primarily, we wanted to drastically lower the number of unsuccessful callback attempts. We also want to increase client experience during these interactions. In addition to this, we also want the SMS system to easily integrate with our existing contact center products. Although we explored various options, Fred Hutch chose Amazon Pinpoint because of its ability to integrate with our existing business processes, and it could be easily updated internally by program administration if needed through the AWS console. The system was designed to work with our CRM platform, Oracle Right Now, on pulling any pending callbacks, follow-ups, as well as closed cases. And it's designed to dynamically choose when to send the SMS and which text to use. For example, we have a welcome message, reminder messages, congratulations when clients successfully complete the program, and also an invitation to re-engage should they need further assistance from our counselors. It identifies clients who have directly consented to receive the SMS and supports multiple languages. We provide service in English and Spanish depending on the client's language preference. It also monitors for failed SMS attempts, adjusts for time zones and tiered configuration, supports opt-out feature, and other basic automated keyword functionality such as help. It even has additional business logic such as ensuring the callbacks are within configured business hours and notifying the internal team if any of the calls are accidentally scheduled outside of hours. We worked closely with Ilya from AWS Professional Services, who is here with us today. Ilya, would you mind walking us through the solution?
Thanks, Adriana. Happy to. We worked with Adriana and her team to design and implement architecture and data flow that is fully automated, has minimum number of dependencies, AWS or otherwise, works in real time with external system of records, Oracle Right Now in this case, leads to minimal ongoing costs, with SMS messages themselves accounting for absolute majority of the budget. And most importantly, requires minimal maintenance, allowing Adriana's non-IT resources to adjust it as needed. Of course, training was included and verified, just as it always is for any AWS professional services engagement. Here you see full architecture and all permutations of data flows that lead to improved user engagement. At the center of it is the business logic that lives in a single Lambda-based serverless application. It is triggered either by CloudWatch on regular schedule, in this case, fixed rate of 15 minutes, or via an ad hoc pinpoint SMS reply from one of the participants of the program. The function fetches all of the configurations that the team has defined via app config console interface. Here we have all of the settings, all of the information, and even wordage required to run the application and to correspond with the participants. Based on all this information, the system pulls specialized external reports that the team manages in their regular system of records, and then uses Pinpoint to send any SMS notification it needs based on the predefined business logic in all of these settings we just discussed. Along with notifying the internal team over Pinpoint email channel of any data, as well as storing all of the information back in Oracle so that the team has at their fingertips, without switching interfaces, all of the relevant details. We also push any of the tracing information back to CloudWatch so the team can review in dashboards, set up operational alerts, and even do hands-on research when needed using predefined queries. Back to you, Anne and Adriana.
Thanks, Ilya. Adriana, that's really exciting. How are your program participants responding?
Actually, they've been responding really positively. Of the clients that we've consented, 80% opt in and choose to get the text messages. And that is much higher than we originally thought it was going to be. So we're really excited about that.
That's great. So that helps the participants, obviously. They, are getting engaged in quitting smoking. Does that also help the call center agents and the program counselors?
Definitely. What we've also noticed, in addition to the clients being really excited and willing to participate and receive the SMS, is that we are reaching a lot more. We're reaching some more clients on those first attempts. So we get about a 2% increase of successfully reaching them on the first attempt and a 1% on the second and third attempts. So what that means is that agents are spending less time trying to reach them, and the more that we're able to get a hold of them, the more successful we are in helping them quit.
That's great. So overall, you would say that this has had a benefit impact on the program, both the participants and the call center folks and the people running the program?
Absolutely. I'd say that we're spending, like I said, we're spending less time. So that's a real increase in productivity for us. And for the clients, they're having an overall better experience. I think what we found is that even though we're a nonprofit, clients come to expect a certain level of support and client service. And so if we can match technology that they're receiving out in the commercial world, they have an overall better experience with us. And so that's what we strive for.
That's really great. Thank you so much. Please keep us posted as you get more results from this program. And thanks for being here virtually and being a great partner for us at AWS.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for your help. And I'll definitely let you know how it goes.
Now let's take a look at some of our recent investments. Our customers have told us that they want to do more with Amazon Pinpoint. And that's the theme you'll see across our investments in channels, journeys, templates, and attributes. With Amazon Pinpoint Journeys, you can now create multi-step cross-channel experiences for your customers. When you build a journey, you choose the activities you want to include at each communication touchpoint. And these activities can perform a variety of different actions across channels, like sending an SMS to journey participants, then waiting a defined period for a follow-up email. Event-triggered journeys start from an event your customer takes. So, for example, if they add a product to a cart or they browse to a specific page. And then event-triggered journeys can start within seconds of that event. So maybe as soon as someone has opened an app for the first time or registered an email address, the event-triggered journey will kick off with messages related to the action that they took. The journey can then be used to drive these actions like first purchase or subscription or finish a registration or even try out brand new app features. Organizations will like this feature because it enables them to create customized experiences for their users, which improves the chance of those users creating or completing a high-value action. Organizations can now store up to 250 attributes for users and endpoints, which is an increase from the previous 40. Attributes are applied to resources and can be used for things like filtering, segmentation, or to deliver personalization. For example, you might use an attribute to classify customers with a car model older than 2015, and then do a follow-up, like send them an offer to get service or perhaps new tires. Attributes can also be used to customize a message template by adding personal preferences, for example, preferred name. Increasing the number of attributes means that there are more ways to segment, filter, and take action to reach out to customers. Custom channels enable organizations to engage their customers on additional channels in addition to the ones that are included with Pinpoint. So, for example, social media. Businesses create a custom channel using the CLI or in the Pinpoint console. And then once the custom channel is created, it can be used like any other channel. So you can use it in a multi-step journey with email and SMS, for example, or push notifications. So custom channels give yet one more way to reach your customer. With ML templates, organizations can personalize their email, SMS, and push messaging templates using dynamic message variables. So these can personalize the content for each recipient based on Pinpoint attributes or an ML model from Amazon Personalize. For example, customers who want to deliver relevant product recommendations or targeted promotions can now use machine learning to automatically populate the right content for each of their users. We've also expanded our regional coverage and our privacy certifications. So we've been busy over the last year, not just helping our customers execute at scale for global communications and segmentation and personalization, but also investing in business logic that will help our customers automate these multi-step journeys. So with all of this flexibility in Amazon Pinpoint, you might wonder where to start. Well, we've got you covered. We've got great resources and people who can help you. So as you saw with Ilya from our professional services team, we have experts in AWS to help supplement your team. Our professional services teams can align with your long and short-term goals, as well as launch, scale, and optimize your deployments. Our team has created some great documentation to help you make your first project. We've also built a set of reusable solutions that help to bring together the best of our services with real-world business scenarios. If you're a partner, this is a great time to consider adding a digital engagement practice or adding Pinpoint to an existing practice. The Amazon Partner Network has resources to help you get started. I also wanted to point out some other sessions that you might want to check out at reInvent. These are sessions on customer service and engagement, and they cover Connect, Chime, customer stories, and business applications. So these are, as you're thinking about customer engagement all up, these are great places to check out. Thank you for spending time with us, and we hope that you'll stop by our website to learn more about Amazon Pinpoint. Have a great day, enjoy the rest of the conference, and I look forward to seeing you next year at AWS reInvent.